Have you ever felt like there's more to life than what meets the eye? Like someone or something is trying to guide you, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Well, get ready, because I'm about to share something that will blow your mind. Your spirit guides have a message for you, and it's so important that it could change everything you thought you knew. This isn't just another random spiritual reading. This is the real deal, straight from the other side. Now, I know what you're thinking. Spirit guides, really? But trust me, this isn't some make-believe story. I've been connecting with spirit guides for years, and let me tell you, they've never steered me wrong. In fact, just last week, I had an experience that left me speechless. I was going about my day, doing my usual routine, when suddenly I felt this overwhelming urge to take a different route to work. At first I brushed it off, but the feeling just wouldn't go away. So I decided to listen to that inner voice, and boy, am I glad I did. As I was driving down this unfamiliar road, I came across a little bookstore I'd never seen before. Something told me to stop and go inside. And there, right on the front shelf, was a book that had all the answers I'd been searching for about a problem I'd been struggling with for months. It was like the universe had placed it there just for me. That's the power of listening to your spirit guides. They're always there, trying to help us, if only we'd pay attention. But here's the thing. That experience was just the tip of the iceberg. What I'm about to share with you goes way deeper than that. It's about something big that's been happening in the world, something that's been affecting all of us, whether we realize it or not. You've probably noticed it too. Those little coincidences that seem too perfect to be just chance. The way certain events in your life seem to line up just right. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not a coincidence at all. There's a real reason behind all of this, and it's not what you might think. It's not about luck or karma or anything you've heard before. No, this is something much bigger, something that your spirit guides are desperately trying to tell you about. And once you understand it, it's going to change the way you see everything. Now, I know that sounds pretty intense, and maybe even a little scary, but don't worry, because this message isn't meant to frighten you. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Your spirit guides want you to know this because it's going to help you in ways you can't even imagine right now. They're looking out for you, trying to guide you towards a better path, a brighter future. Think of it like this. Imagine your life is a big puzzle, and you've been trying to put it together without being able to see the full picture. You've got all these pieces, and sometimes they seem to fit, but other times you just can't figure out where they go. Well, what if I told you that your spirit guides can see the whole picture? They know exactly where each piece fits, and they're trying to show you. But here's the catch. They can't just come out and tell you directly. That's not how it works. Instead, they send us little signs, little nudges in the right direction. Maybe it's a song that comes on the radio at just the right moment, or a chance encounter with someone who says exactly what you needed to hear. These aren't just random occurrences. They're messages, clues to help you solve the puzzle of your life. And that's what this reading is all about. I'm going to help you decode those messages, to understand what your spirit guides have been trying to tell you all along. Because once you can see the bigger picture, everything starts to make sense. Those challenges you've been facing, they're not obstacles, they're opportunities. Those doubts you've been having, They're not weaknesses. They're signposts pointing you in the right direction. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about something that's been bothering you lately. Maybe it's a problem at work, or a relationship that's been struggling, or just a general feeling of being stuck. Got it? Okay, hold on to that thought, because what I'm about to tell you is going to shed a whole new light on that situation. Your spirit guides have been watching, and they've seen what you've been going through. They understand your struggles, your fears, your hopes, and they want you to know that all of this, everything you've been experiencing, it's all part of a bigger plan. It might not feel like it right now, but trust me, there's a reason for everything that's happening in your life. But here's the really exciting part. The reason behind all of this isn't what you think it is. It's not about punishment or bad luck or anything negative like that. No. The real reason is something so much more positive, so much more empowering. And once you understand it, it's going to change everything. You see, your spirit guides aren't just passive observers. They're active participants in your life journey. They're constantly trying to communicate with you, to guide you towards your true path. But their messages aren't always obvious. They don't come in big, flashy signs or loud voices from the sky. Instead, they come in whispers, in subtle hints and gentle nudges. Think about those gut feelings you get sometimes, those intuitive hunches that just feel right. That's your spirit guides talking to you. Or those dreams that seem so vivid and meaningful, but you can't quite figure out what they mean. Yep, that's them too. They're using every tool at their disposal to try and get through to you. But here's the thing. We're not always listening. We're so caught up in our daily lives, in our worries and our to-do lists, that we miss these subtle messages. We brush off our intuition as just random thoughts, or we forget our dreams as soon as we wake up. And in doing so, we're missing out on some of the most important guidance we could ever receive. That's why this reading is so important. It's like a wake-up call, a chance to tune into those messages that you've been missing. Because let me tell you, your spirit guides have something really important they want you to know. It's a message that could completely transform your life if only you're willing to listen. Now, I know what you might be thinking. If this message is so important, why don't my spirit guides just tell me directly? Why all the mystery? Well, that's a great question, and the answer is actually pretty fascinating. You see, our spirit guides aren't allowed to interfere directly in our lives. They can't make decisions for us or tell us exactly what to do. That would go against the whole point of our life journey, which is to learn and grow through our own experiences. Instead, they can only guide us, nudge us in the right direction. It's up to us to pick up on their hints and make the choices that will lead us where we need to go. It's like they're standing on a hilltop, able to see the whole landscape of our lives while we're down in the valley, only able to see what's right in front of us. They can point out the best path, but we're the ones who have to walk it. And that's where things get really interesting. Because this message that your spirit guides want you to know, it's not just about you. It's about all of us. It's about the bigger picture, the grand cosmic dance that we're all a part of. You see, everything in the universe is connected. Every choice we make, every action we take, it all has an effect on the world around us. Think of it like ripples in a pond. When you throw a stone into water, it doesn't just create one splash and then stop. the ripples keep spreading out, affecting more and more of the water's surface. Our lives are like that. The things we do don't just affect us. They affect our friends, our families, our communities, and even people we've never met. And that's what your spirit guides want you to understand. The reason behind everything that's been happening in your life, it's not just about you. It's about your role in this bigger cosmic dance. It's about the ripples you're creating and how they're interacting with everyone else's ripples to create the world we live in. Now, I know that might sound a bit overwhelming. You might be thinking, what, so everything I do is affecting the whole world? That's a lot of pressure. But don't worry, because that's not quite what I mean. Your spirit guides aren't expecting you to save the world single-handedly or anything like that. They just want you to be aware of the impact you're having. Because here's the thing, you're more powerful than you realize. Every kind word you speak, every helping hand you offer, every moment of joy you experience, it all sends positive ripples out into the world. And those ripples, they combine with other people's positive ripples to create waves of goodness that can change the world. But it's not just about the good stuff. Those negative things you've been experiencing, the challenges and the struggles, they're important too. Because every time you overcome a difficulty, every time you learn from a mistake or grow from a setback, you're creating powerful ripples of resilience and wisdom. And those ripples, they can help others who are going through similar struggles. So, what your spirit guides want you to know is this. Everything you've been going through, all the ups and downs, the joys and the sorrows, they're all threads in a beautiful cosmic tapestry. Each experience is a different color, a different texture, adding depth and richness to the overall picture. And while you might not be able to see the whole tapestry from where you're standing, your spirit guides can. And they want you to know that it's absolutely breathtaking. But here's the really exciting part. The tapestry isn't finished yet. It's still being woven every single day by the choices we make and the lives we lead. And that means you have the power to influence how it turns out. Every kind action, every moment of growth, every bit of love you put out into the world, it all adds to the beauty of this cosmic masterpiece. And that, my friends, is the real reason behind everything that's been happening. It's not random, it's not meaningless, and it's certainly not a punishment. It's all part of this grand, beautiful cosmic dance that we're all participating in. Your spirit guides want you to know this, because once you understand it, it changes everything. Think about it. When you realize that everything you do has meaning, that every experience is contributing to something bigger than yourself, doesn't that change how you see the world? Suddenly, those challenges you've been facing don't seem so insurmountable. They're not obstacles. They're opportunities for growth, chances to add new, beautiful threads to the tapestry. And those moments of joy, those times when everything seems to go right, they become even more precious because you realize that they're not just making your life better. They're sending ripples of positivity out into the world, touching lives you might never even meet. This understanding, it's like putting on a pair of glasses that lets you see the world in a whole new way. Suddenly you start noticing the interconnections between things. You start seeing how your actions affect others and how their actions affect you. You begin to understand that we're all in this together, all playing our parts in this cosmic dance. But here's the really empowering part. Knowing this doesn't mean you're just a passive player in some predetermined script. Quite the opposite, actually. Understanding the importance of your role in the cosmic dance gives you more power, not less. Because now you can make your choices consciously, with the awareness of how they'll ripple out into the world. Want to create more love and kindness in the world? You can choose to perform small acts of kindness every day, knowing that each one sends out positive ripples. Want to bring more beauty into existence? You can choose to create art or music, or simply appreciate the beauty around you, knowing that your appreciation adds to the overall tapestry. Even in difficult situations, you have power. When you're facing a challenge, you can choose to approach it with courage and resilience, knowing that by doing so, you're not just helping yourself. You're creating ripples of strength that can inspire others facing similar struggles. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I know what choices to make? How can I be sure I'm doing the right thing? And that's where your spirit guides come in. Remember, they can see the bigger picture. They know which choices will create the most beautiful ripples, which actions will add the most to the cosmic tapestry. And they're constantly trying to guide you towards those choices. Those gut feelings I mentioned earlier, that's often your spirit guides trying to nudge you in the right direction. Those coincidences that seem too perfect to be chance, that's them trying to show you the path. But here's the thing, they can't make the choices for you. Free will is a fundamental part of our existence, and your spirit guides respect that. They can offer guidance, but the final decision is always yours. It's like they're offering you a map, but you're the one who has to decide which route to take. And that's what makes this journey so exciting. Because while your spirit guides can see the bigger picture, they don't know exactly how things will turn out. Every choice you make, every action you take, it's like adding a new brush stroke to a painting. The overall composition might be planned out, but the exact details, those are up to you. This is why your spirit guides are so eager for you to understand this message. Because once you do, once you realize the importance of your role in the cosmic dance, you can start making choices with intention. You can start living your life not just for yourself, but as a conscious participant in the creation of something beautiful and meaningful. And the best part? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to get everything right all the time. Because even our mistakes, our missteps, they add texture and depth to the tapestry. They create opportunities for growth, for learning, for the kind of wisdom that can only come from experience. So, as we dive deeper into this reading, as we uncover more of what your spirit guides want you to know, I want you to keep this in mind. Everything we're about to discover, it's all part of this bigger picture. It's all connected to your role in the cosmic dance, to the ripples you're creating in the world. And let me tell you, what we're about to uncover is pretty mind-blowing. Your spirit guides have been trying to tell you this for a long time, and once you understand it, it's going to change the way you see everything. Are you ready to have your mind blown? Are you ready to see the world in a whole new way? Because trust me, what comes next is going to be unlike anything you've ever heard before. It's going to challenge what you think you know about yourself, about the world, about the very nature of reality. But it's also going to empower you in ways you never thought possible. It's going to show you just how amazing you truly are, and how much potential you have to create positive change in the world. Now, before we dive into the heart of this message, I want you to take a moment. Close your eyes if you can, and take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, and as you exhale, let go of any preconceptions you might have. Let go of your doubts, your fears, your skepticism. For the next few moments, I want you to open your mind to the possibilities of what we're about to explore. Because what your spirit guides want you to know, it's not something that can be understood just with your logical mind. It's something that needs to be felt, to be experienced on a deeper level. It's a truth that resonates not just in your thoughts, but in your very being. Are you ready? Are you open to receiving this message that could change everything? Because here it is, the real reason behind everything that's been happening in your life. The truth that your spirit guides have been trying to share with you all along. Let's talk about spirit guides for a moment. You might be wondering, what exactly are these spirit guides? Well, think of them as your personal cosmic cheerleaders. They're not physical beings like you and me, but they're very real. These are wise, loving entities that exist in a higher dimension, and their sole purpose is to help guide you through your life journey. Now, don't get the wrong idea. They're not here to do the work for you or make your decisions. That's not their job. Instead, think of them as really wise friends who can see the bigger picture of your life. They know where you've been, where you are now, and all the amazing places you could go. And they're constantly trying to nudge you towards your best path. But here's the thing. Spirit guides don't communicate like we do. They can't just send you a text message or give you a call. Instead, they use more subtle methods. They might send you signs through nature, like repeatedly seeing a certain animal or number. Or they might communicate through your intuition, giving you those gut feelings that something is right or wrong. Sometimes they even show up in your dreams, offering guidance through symbols and scenarios. Now let's get to the exciting part, the message your spirit guides have for you. Remember how I said earlier that there's a real reason behind everything that's been happening in your life? Well, it's time to reveal what that reason is. But I need you to brace yourself, because this isn't your average run-of-the-mill spiritual advice. This is big. This is life-changing. Your spirit guides want you to know that everything, yes, everything, that's been happening in your life has been leading up to this moment. All those challenges you faced, they weren't punishments or bad luck. They were preparations. All those times when things just seemed to work out perfectly, those weren't just coincidences. They were alignments. You see, your spirit guides have been working behind the scenes, orchestrating events in your life to bring you to this point. They've been trying to get your attention, to wake you up to the truth of who you really are and why you're really here. Because here's the bombshell. You're not just a regular person living a regular life. You're a spiritual being having a human experience, and you're here for a very specific purpose. Now, I know what you're thinking. Me? Special? With a purpose? Come on! But hear me out, because this is where it gets really interesting. Your spirit guides want you to know that you chose to be here, in this life, at this time. Before you were born, You made a choice to come to Earth and play a specific role in the grand design of things. Think of it like a huge cosmic play. Everyone on Earth right now is an actor, playing their part. Some have big, flashy roles, while others have quieter, behind-the-scenes parts. But every single role is important. Every single person is contributing to the overall story. And you, my friend, have a unique and vital role to play. Now you might be wondering, if I chose this, why don't I remember it? Well, that's part of the deal. When we come into this human experience, we agree to forget our spiritual origins. It's like putting on a blindfold to play a game. It makes things more challenging, but also more rewarding. Your spirit guides are like your friends on the sidelines, cheering you on and trying to give you hints without breaking the rules of the game. So what is this grand purpose you're here for? Well, that's where things get really exciting. Your spirit guides want you to know that you're here to help raise the vibration of the planet. Now, I know that might sound a bit out there, but stick with me. Everything in the universe is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. And right now, Earth is going through a major shift, raising its overall energy frequency. This shift isn't just some abstract concept. It's affecting every single one of us. Have you noticed how time seems to be speeding up? How more and more people are becoming interested in spirituality and personal growth? How old systems and ways of thinking are breaking down to make way for new ones? That's all part of this shift. And you, my friend, are playing a crucial role in this process. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you show kindness to another person, every time you work on your own personal growth, you're contributing to this global shift. You're helping to raise the vibration of the entire planet. It's like you're a lighthouse, shining your light and helping others find their way in the darkness. Now here's where your personal challenges come into play. All those difficulties you faced, they weren't random. They were carefully chosen experiences designed to help you grow, to help you awaken to your true nature. Each challenge was like a key, unlocking different parts of your potential. Think about it. When you overcame a fear, didn't you feel stronger? When you learned a hard lesson, didn't you gain wisdom? When you went through a tough time and came out the other side, didn't you feel more resilient? All of these experiences were shaping you, preparing you for your role in this grand cosmic play. But it's not just about the challenges. Those moments of joy, of synchronicity, of everything falling into place perfectly, those were like little winks from the universe, reminding you that you're on the right path. They were moments when you aligned perfectly with your higher purpose, when you were vibrating at your highest frequency. Here's the really amazing part. Your spirit guides want you to know that you have incredible power within you. You have the ability to shape your reality, to create the life you want, and to make a real difference in the world. But this power isn't about controlling others or manipulating events. It's about aligning yourself with the flow of the universe, about tapping into the infinite potential that exists within you. This power comes from understanding that you are not separate from the universe. You are a part of it. Just like a wave is not separate from the ocean, you are not separate from the cosmic energy that creates and sustains everything. When you realize this, when you truly internalize it, it changes everything. Suddenly, the idea of limitations falls away. The concept of impossible becomes meaningless. Your spirit guides want you to start tapping into this power. They want you to remember who you truly are, a powerful divine being capable of creating miracles. They want you to step into your role as a co-creator of reality, working in harmony with the universe to bring more light, more love, and more joy into the world. So, what does all this mean for you, right here, right now? It means it's time to step up. It's time to embrace your role in this cosmic dance. Your spirit guides are urging you to start living with intention, to make choices that align with your highest good and the highest good of all. This doesn't mean you have to make drastic changes overnight. It's not about quitting your job and becoming a full-time spiritual guru, unless that's what you feel called to do, of course. It's about bringing more awareness into your everyday life. It's about making choices from a place of love rather than fear. It's about treating yourself and others with kindness and compassion. Start small. Pay attention to those gut feelings, those little nudges from your spirit guides. When you feel drawn to do something kind for someone, do it. When you feel inspired to learn something new, pursue it. When you feel called to make a change in your life, take that first step. Trust that your spirit guides are leading you in the right direction. Remember what we said earlier about ripples in a pond? Well, as you start living more in alignment with your true purpose, you're going to create some pretty big ripples. Your actions, your energy, your very presence will start affecting those around you in positive ways. You might notice that people are drawn to you more. They might start coming to you for advice or just to be in your presence. You might find that you're able to help others in ways you never thought possible. This is all part of the plan. As you raise your own vibration, you naturally help others to raise theirs too. And here's the really beautiful part. As more and more people awaken to their true nature, as more and more people start living in alignment with their higher purpose, the shift on our planet accelerates. It's like a snowball effect, gathering momentum as it goes. And you, my friend, are right at the heart of it all. As we come to the end of this reading, I want you to take a moment to really let all of this sink in. The message your spirit guides have for you is profound. You are not just a random person living a random life. You are a powerful spiritual being, playing a crucial role in the evolution of our planet. Everything you've experienced up to this point has been preparing you for this moment. Every challenge, every joy, every seemingly random event, it's all been part of your journey of awakening. And now, armed with this knowledge, you have the opportunity to step fully into your power, to embrace your role in this cosmic dance. Remember, your spirit guides are always with you, cheering you on, guiding you forward. They've brought you to this moment of realization, and they'll continue to support you as you move forward. But the choice of what to do with this knowledge, that's up to you. So, what will you do? Will you dismiss this as just another interesting story? Or will you take it to heart, allowing it to transform the way you see yourself and the world around you? The choice is yours. But know this, your spirit guides, and indeed the entire universe, are eagerly awaiting your decision. Because when you step into your true power, when you embrace your role in this grand cosmic play, that's when the real magic happens. You have the power to change your life, to change the lives of those around you, and to contribute to the positive transformation of our entire planet. That's the real reason behind everything that's been happening in your life. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. And now that you know, what will you do with this incredible gift? The stage is set. The curtain is rising. It's time for you to step into the spotlight and play your part in this cosmic drama. Are you ready? Because your spirit guides certainly think you are. And I have a feeling that deep down you know you're ready too. So take a deep breath, feel the power within you, and step forward into your destiny. The universe is waiting, and your adventure is just beginning.